Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story about a 16-year-old African from the nation of Mali. And I don't know how familiar some of you are with Africa. Mali is one of those nations that was conquered by the French. So this young man is going to speak in French, but I want you to look at the video caption. That's going to be in English so that you can understand what he's saying. This situation is far worse than anything you can imagine. Just like our slavery here in America was far worse than anything we were told, especially when you go and take it upon yourself to learn the history. The same people that were in on the enslavement of our ancestors are in on the enslavement of these Black people in Africa today. It's the West, it's the Arabs, and it's other African nations. Now, what do I mean by that? The Arabs are actually doing the selling and smuggling. The West is paying for the prisons these slaves are held in. So, like I said, the same people that were in cahoots with each other back when our ancestors were captured are the same bastards that are involved in this. So, Black YouTubers, please do a video on this and let's keep this whole thing alive. Don't let it die. Keep the stories going. And you got other African nations that are selling and smuggling people into Libya so that they can be sold on the slave market. So the same people in cahoots today were the same ones in cahoots when it came down to our ancestors. Video: the smugglers in Niger sell you to Libyan slave dealers. It wasn't our people selling out each other. All right. A lot of these people are traitors. And really, when you go and look in our history, don't let other people that don't look like you tell you what your history was. When it came down to the slave trade, it was the Hamites that sold the Shemites. We're all Black people, okay? But we're not the same. We're all of different tribes and different nations. But that is what pretty much happened with our people. Same thing happening today. Same thing. This is a young man by the name of Modibo. He's from Mali. He's going to speak in fluent French because that country was conquered by the French. Right? There's some nations that speak in French, and he's in one of them. So Modibo is a 16-year-old Malian who arrived in France a few weeks ago, wants to warn those in West Africa planning to come to Europe about the reality of traveling via Libya. You mustn't venture there, he says about Libya. You mustn't cross this country. You become an animal there. The young, angry migrant would like other Africans thinking of traveling through Libya in order to reach Europe that they won't escape slavery, torture, or death. And those that die there, their organs are harvested. And those organs, guess where they end up? In the West. And these people will go on the black market. Those organs that they're buying are from these people in Africa. They're buying our melanated organs to put in their bodies. Modibo knows what he's talking about. He lived through it. Currently hospitalized in France after being subjected to numerous acts of torture, he is keen to alert migrant populations about the dangers of slavery, which, according to his knowledge, start in Niger. So it's more than just Libya doing this. Some of these people are not even trying to migrate into Libya. Many of them are just being snatched. Doesn't that sound familiar? They're being snatched and taken into Libya and sold. Doesn't that sound familiar, y'all? History repeating itself. According to his knowledge, it starts in Niger. So he is saying that people can be in Niger and they get snatched up and taken into Libya to be sold. This is where the fate of the migrant is sealed, he explains off camera. In Niger's town of Agadez, a human trafficking hub, the smugglers who come to collect you in the pickup trucks to cross the Sahara Desert have already sold you to Libyan slave dealers, Modibo recounts. So before you even get into Libya, you already been bought and paid for. Ooh. In Niger, it's already too late, he reiterates. Soon you'll become an animal because over there, you are treated like an animal. All right, let me go ahead and play this video.
Quand vous êtes vendu par un Libyen, par un Arabe, il vous met pas en prison comme ce qu'on vous fait croire aux gens. On vous met dans un ghetto. Un ghetto, c'est plus pire qu'une prison parce qu'une prison, tu n'es pas privé de ta liberté. Tu fais des mouvements, tu vas et viens, tu manges normalement. Pour toi, un ghetto, tu as un repas sur 2 ou sur 3 jours. Et en plus, c'est un repas de 10 personnes fait avec de la farine, du bankou et une petite pâte de tomate. C'est-à-dire que là, tu vas passer la plupart de ton temps à être battu. Matin, midi, soir, vous serez toujours battu pour que vos familles payent de l'argent. J'ai été brûlé avec la cigarette, avec des tasers. On m'a maltraité, on m'a torturé. Tout ça pour que je paye, mais je n'ai pas d'argent. Je suis seul au monde. Comment est-ce que je vais faire si tu n'as personne qui est non moi? Je vais vous donner un conseil. Retournez-vous, c'est mieux. Parce que depuis votre pays, vous êtes tous déjà vendus. Arrivez au Niger, les coxers vont prendre, les coxers c'est des passeurs, ils vont prendre l'argent avec vous et aller vous vendre. Et non seulement on prend ton argent et on te vend encore. Le chauffeur a failli fuir pour nous laisser dans le désert. C'est Dieu seulement qui nous a sauvés. Beaucoup de personnes n'atteignent même pas la Libye. D'autres meurent dans le désert et d'autres meurent en cours de route dans les prisons et aussi en mer. Réfléchissez bien avant de prendre cette route, sincèrement dit, parce que c'est pas du tout facile. Sincèrement dit, mes frères, je suis passé par là, aujourd'hui, regarde, comment je suis devenu maire à cause de la Libye. La Libye, c'est pas un pays, je vous le dis, la Libye, c'est le bordel. Règne le chaos, tout ce qui est mauvais règne en Libye.
There were many people that are responsible for this. The United States is responsible, the French, and the British. This is what happens when you don't leave well enough alone in somebody else's country, and then you go over there and destabilize it without a damn plan. I have never seen a country get invaded and then it's better off after the invasion. There is no example of it. So when they go in to destabilize a country and leave it in chaos, now you got the gates wide open for all kinds of illegal activity going on. Right now in Libya, there's organ harvesting, sex trafficking, and slavery going on. This wasn't happening when Muammar Gaddafi was alive. But see, they had to get him out of the way because he was trying to move Africa away from all of his dependency on the West. Now, it's amazing how these people will look you in the face and tell you to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. As soon as you make an attempt to do it, they try to stop you. So, it's just as insincere today, insincere today as it ever was before in history. It's always been insincere. These people want you to depend on them until the day you die. And many, like myself, flat out refuse to do it. There's no benefit in depending on them. They get all the gains, you get nothing. That's not my existence. I don't want that for myself. And I don't want that for anybody else. To hell with them. Please spread the word, ladies and gentlemen. When you do your videos, let them know. Let your audience know that the West is in on this whole thing. French, the British, the Arabs, and some other nations around Libya are all in on the activities that are going on in the slave market today. Call these people out. They're liars and deceivers. Now the French talking about they're going to send an army in. You're going to fuck up. You're going to screw up this whole country. You're going to take part in screwing it up. And now you want to go in and get a pat on the back because you want to look like the hero. This is the pattern of these nations. They'll go in, destabilize a nation, and then put some troops together and act like the hero. These are no heroes. And it needs to be known. It's the same trickery that has been played all throughout history. The same people that destabilize a nation are the same ones that want to go in there and act like the saviors. It's disgusting. And nobody should be falling for this shit. Not anymore. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. And other Black YouTubers, please do these stories. Let's keep these stories going. Because many of these people stuck in these situations don't have a voice. And don't forget to hit on that notification bell, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.